I am Spiff the Ice King, and I think I might be killing myself trying to get 2 videos out a week and also get everything written down that I saw at Nightmare in the Ozarks. The next film that I saw at Nightmare in the Ozarks was pretty interesting. I don't think I've reviewed a documentary on this channel yet, but I do typically love them, and I wish for the first one I was talking about on the channel here was one that was a little bit more exciting, because Theater of Horrors, the sordid story of Paris's Grand Guion, is not overly compelling, I don't think. It's not bad. It's full of interesting information, especially for me because I'm a recovering theater kid. But honestly, I just think that it was presented in a very slow and methodical way. A lot of the information we get in the doc is repeated or overemphasized, and it really just makes for a very slow watch. But I know what you're all thinking. What is this even about? Well, it's about a theater. Like an actual theater that you would see plays in. In particular, this theater actually presented the most horrific and special effects heavy plays that Paris had to offer in the late 1800s. And it's even more interesting because while they were doing all of these horrific things and depicting these horrific scenes, it was actually built into this old chapel that was renovated to suit the theater's needs. So while you were watching somebody get their throat cut out or some chick get her tits out, you'd be stared at by all these ancient carved wooden angels on either side of you. It sounded like a very fun place to see a show. I've been kind of dreading talking about this doc just because I don't know how to talk about it. I listened to some other reviewers online that review documentaries, and it's very easy for them because they're able to just kind of present information as it happens or as it is presented in the doc. But since I've only seen it once and I can't watch it again until it's released on streaming, I can't really do that. In addition to that, the doc itself is kind of unorganized. Normally, in most of the docs that I watch, it'll follow some kind of linear timeline, like event A happened, and then event B happened, and then we learn why event A happened through plot point C. You get that kind of a beat, a rhythm with a documentary, and this one did not have that rhythm. Which is actually kind of a damn shame because I've seen director David Gregory's other works. I saw the one in particular from him about Richard Stanley and the Isle of Dr. Moreau, and I thought that that movie was fantastic. It gives you all the details you could ever want with some extras, and it's all told and presented very well. And I do want to give props to Theater of Horror because it does present a very pretty picture. A lot of it is, dare I say, animated. It's not really animated, but they have like little animated transitions in between talking head interviews, in between interviews with former performers or people that had seen it before it shut down. But it's kind of all over the place, and it doesn't give us a story. There are kind of beats that show up, but they're a little out of order and they're kind of schizophrenic, and I can't recommend this doc overwhelmingly. But if you're interested in the subject matter and you're interested in horror history, because that's one thing that this does cover, is the history of horror movies in relation to this theater, because a lot of the tropes that would come about from it would ultimately be solidified in later horror movies, and that's fantastic. That's incredible to learn about. I just wish it was presented a little bit better. I know this one was kind of short, but I really just can't say a whole lot about this documentary without just vomiting up all the information that I had, all the notes that I had taken. So again, I'll just recommend it. If you're interested in the subject matter already, go ahead and give it a shot. But stay tuned for my next Nightmare in the Ozarks review because it is going to be a great one. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and sayonara, bitches.